Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Second Republic lawmaker Dr. Junaid Mohammed has backed President Muhammadu Buhari's decision to reassign the powers he willingly granted Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. According to him, Professor Osinbajo, like most Nigerians, is tribalistic and employed members of his church and tribesmen during the period President Buhari was away in London on his sick leave. In an interview with The Sun, Mohammed said Osinbajo made some mistakes in the discharge of his functions as the acting president, adding that on the whole, Osinbajo was tribalistic and focused more on his people. You don't run a country by assuming that you are entitled to certain powers, certain privileges. You are not. We have a written constitution which provides enormous powers to only one person, the president. The president has the right to delegate some of these powers to anybody, including the vice president, but in terms of a written authority to exercise certain functions and powers, the vice president, in my reading of the constitution, has basically only two powers. One, the vice president is the chairman of the National Economic Council, and that is an occasional meeting, not more than once in a quarter, to discuss general economic policies because we are running a federation. Apart from that, the vice president also is the chairman of the National Boundaries Commission. Again, that harkens back to the issue of running a federation. If you are running a federation, there must be somebody that advises the president or the vice president on the issue of legal borders, even for the purposes of taxation. Beyond this, every single responsibility which is being exercised by the vice president was at the instance or was the responsibility delegated to him by the president. The president had challenges, and even before he became the president, he was not in the best of health, but people did not pay much attention. And so when he became very seriously sick and the federal government mismanaged not the sickness but the flow of information, they were not at the same level of the rest of the country. They were not telling us the truth until the man had to stay for 37 days and later again for over 100 days in between hospitals and the official residence of the High Commissioner in London. Whether he wanted to hand over some or all of the responsibilities, there was just no way we could have a country without a president or somebody exercising the powers of that president. But that doesn't mean that these powers are or belong to the vice president as a birthright. No, I believe Osinbajo made some mistakes in the discharge of this function, but I also believe that on the whole, his body language and his verbal expressions did not lead us into a crisis. He didn't abuse those powers. I find that most unfortunate because if a man says, go and do this on my behalf, he has the right to withdraw and say, I have reassigned it to myself or to somebody else or as the law provides. I find the whole attitude from these people rather disgraceful. So, guys, we are beginning to hear a lot of things. You know, initially when the president was vying for the position of this president in 2014, 2015, 2015 to be precise, a lot of people came out. This man was sick. This man was not in right state of health. But people said, no, they were doing this and that. But after everything, it was really Fayose that was really on top of the game that time. He knew what he was talking about, but not so long, maybe a year or so we started seeing the sign everywhere. They played all the games they could play. But that being said, coming back to the issue of a the vice president with the cabals, with things that really happened, with the reshuffling of all the offices or all the positions the vice presidents have been heading, people said, oh, they have a vital information regards to that, why that was done, not because of anything. They were saying this and that. They will call it a beer parlor discussion, beer parlor talks. But we are beginning to see, because this Junaid Mohammed is a controversial person. He talks many things. He say many things that you'll be just wondering that why is this man talking like this? He's talking about being tribalistic. Who is more tribalistic, if not the president? But that is their own cup of tea. With Osinbajo and the president, that is their own cup of tea. But what we know is that things have been happening in that place, and a lot of people have really said a lot of things about the vice president, that he has been relegated, he has been done this. But now this is what this man is talking about. You cannot say this man doesn't know what he's saying. I think his supporters should come and say, oh, it is PDP that is trying to bring every form of untrue rumor or untrue stories, as that they just try to make up things that they are not serious. But people know what is happening. We don't need PDP to tell us what is happening. We don't need anyone to tell us what is happening. Even with the body language of the president, it's glaring. It's glaring. They remove all the whatever, all these programs that he has been heading, and most especially this economic team or something. They remove it from him, and they said, oh, he just wanted to do this, he just wanted to do this. There's an undertone thing, or be concerning this issue. Timmy Frank came out and said, from a reliable source, he heard from the presidency that they are just trying to bring him down, not because of not because of 2023, but because of they just want to remove him from there because of the 90 billion naira they are trying to cook up. He didn't say that he actually did it, but he said that is one of the reasons why the cabals are after him. But the vice president has been saying even before now that nothing like cabal. But when the thing got to the peak, he had to tell some of his people, some of the pastors, that see guys, oh, this is what is happening, that the cabals are behind that has been going on in the presidency. But he couldn't say that before then. But now he agreed that they are cabals. But now this man is talking about. So a lot of things are there. It could be the cabals that are really like, this guy is very intelligent. This guy, if you give him too much chance, he will outshine you. And recently, when the president will be traveling, no wonder he has not been allowing him, or he has not been giving him that power to do some things just the way he used to do. They've said if this man continues like this, he's going to outshine you. Of course, even during those times that he was heading, that he was acting as the president, he did a lot of things. They were live, in the country as at that time. It is the same cabals that will go up behind and be telling him and all manner of things, be telling him, oh, don't allow him to do this, don't allow him to do that. But in the real sense, let's be truthful to ourselves. Is the president competent? That's the question. Those who are pushing him here and there, is he really competent in the first place? The day I knew, or I got to know that this man is not competent, it is there. It is in the public domain. It's not something that anybody will tell you, why are you saying that? It is glaring, but people who chose not to see, who deliberately chose not to see things the right way. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that this man is not it. He's not competent. That is just it. There's no two ways you can say it. There's no other way you can say it. The interview he granted both himself and the Osinbajo, you could see that he could not even comprehend most of the questions he was being asked. He was answering something else. And you see people with their complete senses, if you may put it that way, and yet they are not seeing it from that line. That is when I know that Nigerians are something else. You are seeing truth like this and you are covering it. You are seeing that this thing is black. And you are telling people or other people that no, it is red. This thing is complete black and you are saying it is red. That's when I know that we are going nowhere. With the kind of people we have in this country that will see the truth and they try to cover it up. They don't care. No matter what you want to say, they don't care. So even what Junaid is saying is not a new thing. Everybody knows it, but they've been in denial of those truths. That is the truth, the gospel truth. They've been in denial of all of those things. And you could see even from the vice president body language, you could see that he's not really, he knows that something is happening. And people know that things are happening. You can call it anything you like. You can call it whatever you like. Everybody knows that things are not going on well. Now, the position is been handling, the programs is been handling. Now they've given it to this the alleged wife to be married to the president. What is his name? Sadia. They're giving her that she should hand over it. She should take charge over the thing. We know all of these things. Nobody should come and tell us what is not, or all manner of cook and bull stories that that is not adding up. So let's hear what Nigerians are saying. Someone says this Junaid Mohammed is a very senseless woman. Is accusing Osinbajo of being tribalistic and accusing of employing his kinsmen and church members while the president was away. What of his boss Buhari that hand over all Nigeria notable positions to his Fulani men? This is why is this northerner bent in accusing or causing confusion in this country. This man is only trying to make a case for Mr. President's action. There is a whole lot to this, but nepotism and tribalism tendency of Mr. President is more pronounced in his action and inaction than his VP. Someone say, please, who is this man talking? Why is this man talking? Who is this man talking like a massive without control? Mr. Junaid, how much were you paid with Tinubu to destroy Yorubas? They swear for you, sir. You better stay clear of Mr. VP. You like it or not, Yorubas will be free from Hausa Fulani clause. Someone say, this tells me what will happen if next president wants to pay Buhari people back of in selection of leaders. Then they will cry as if it has not happened before. Someone says, stark illiterate and Nigerian tragedy with parochial mentality, a purveyor of hate and tribal supremacy. He has really expired in the Nigerian context, and whatever is left of him only needed to be flushed down the toilet. Someone say, go and sit down. Someone say, ethnic jingoists and tribal bigots, political demagogue and reactionary. Someone say the man is just tribalistic, that he accused the VP of being. When power is transferred like it's bestowed on the VP to run the country, it was his responsibility. So guys, I know you guys, you have your own input to make concerning this. There are a lot of things that they are trying to hide, and for them to say it was just a coincidence, or they just tried, the president wanted to reshuffle some things, maybe to relieve the vice president of some things, the position of some of the ministry, whatever he has been handling. It's not just it's not just a coincidence. It's just not ordinary. Something behind it. There was something more to that. And Timmy Frank will be right. But with what this man is talking about, just because of the way he did a lot of things, even when the president was not around, and that was why they are agitated, and they are jittering. And so you can't even blame them. Like I always say, the vice president cannot come out boldly and say, oh, these are the things happening, because with this position, a lot of things will escalate. And that's why you see, he said he continued to be loyal to him. He said everything is fine. Everything is this. But from the look of things, we know that things are not happening. Things are not working well. Things are not the way they ought to. But he's just trying to cover up. Of course, it is expected of him. But people who are not even in that villa, or who are not with them, they know what is happening. You can see the economy, you see what is happening around. And somebody is accusing somebody being tribalistic. Who is more tribalistic if not the president? So guys, I would like to hear from you. Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.